Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you're doing well. Let's begin with today's lesson. Unit 12. Our resources and the economy. The objectives for today's lesson are: describe how resources are interdependent on each other. Explain the relationship between economic interdependence and specialization. When we talk about resources and the economy, we need to know about a few things. Let's begin with revenue. Revenue is the raw income a company is bringing from the sale of its products and services. Export are the products that are exported to another country or sent there to be sold. Import. Import means to bring something such as merchandise, etc., into a place or country from another country. These three things are what an economy is basically based upon. Next comes the management of trade. Trade is the activity of buying, selling, or exchanging goods or services between people, firms, or countries. Trade is basically of two types. Domestic trade. It is also known as internal trade or home trade. It is the exchange of domestic goods within the boundaries of a country, within cities or provinces. Next comes the international trade. It is the import and export of products between countries. We need to understand one thing, that all these things are based upon the natural resources, which are unfortunately not evenly distributed on the earth. Some countries are rich in oil, while others have more minerals. Some have a better agricultural system, and so on. Every country tries to make use of the best of its resources and depends upon trade to fulfill the rest of its needs. Our economy is agricultural based. Remember the Indus River? It is our lifeline. So we mainly depend on our agricultural products. However, it is very important for every country to increase its exports and lower its imports for its economic growth. How to increase exports? Pakistan's economy is agricultural based. Economic growth of a country depends upon more exports and less imports. For that matter, Pakistan needs to focus on its finished products. For example, instead of exporting raw material, we need to focus more on our finished products like exporting cloth rather than yarn. For better economic growth, we need to have more skilled workers and trained manpower, more engineers, technicians, machine operators, etc. Each person needs to be specialized in his field. Let's look at some of the major exports of Pakistan. Textile, rice, leather, sports goods, surgical equipment, salt, fruits, mangoes, cherries, etc. So you see, most of them are linked to agriculture somehow or the other. Moving on to the major imports, we need to understand that if a country starts importing everything, they will lose the ability to produce anything on their own or exploit their resources, which will put them under a lot of debt and monetary pressure. Pakistan imports crude oil from Middle East countries, car parts from Japan, medicines from Germany, tea, coffee from Indonesia, tomatoes from India, electronics from China and Japan, mobile phones from China, chemicals from Russia. It is very important for a country to be able to produce as much stuff utilizing its own resources and exporting surplus products for better trade. Instead, this would help them to be independent in case of availability of resources stops or to any reason. May it be a natural calamity like earthquake, floods, or any kind of a condition like what we are facing right now, the pandemic, in which the borders are closed and no activity is going on. So, why do you think a country might suffer if it starts importing everything? How do you think dependence on other countries for resources can become a problem? I would like you people to answer these questions. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.